In this video, we'll be discussing how new species are created. But first, what is a species? A common method that scientists use to define a species is called the biological species concept. If two individuals can make offspring that are viable and fertile, then those two individuals are the same species. The process of speciation is how new types of species are made, and there are two ways that this can happen. Allopatric speciation happens when a population, or a group of individuals of the same species, are separated by a geographic barrier into two populations. Over time, the two populations will diverge as they both adapt to their respective environments. At a certain point, individuals from both populations will no longer be able to interbreed and create fertile offspring, and so by the biological species concept, the two populations have diverged into entirely different species. However, geographical barriers are not necessary for a population to diverge into two distinct species. This is called sympatric speciation. We'll concretely show how these concepts work with the following two stories. Behold the mufflegumps, a species that lives on a beautiful plateau. One day there was a massive earthquake, and now some of the mufflegumps live atop the cliff, separated from their kin. A long time passes, and the creatures atop the cliff have become blue and call themselves gufflemumps. One day, young Scroopy falls down the cliffs and can't get back home. She finds a cute mufflegump to marry and settle down with, but sadly, they never have children. This is because the mufflegumps and the gufflemumps have speciated, since they were geographically isolated for so long. This is a form of allopatric speciation. Now imagine instead that there hadn't been an earthquake. Instead, one day, part of the species decided that mufflegumps that look left are better than mufflegumps that look right. Constant arguing led the mufflegumps to choose sides, and now every mufflegump only spends time with mufflegumps that look the same way. Over time, the mufflegumps that look one way become blue. Even still, blue mufflegumps only like blue mufflegumps, and green mufflegumps only like green mufflegumps. One day, a blue mufflegump manages to cross the other way and fall in love with a green mufflegump. It was just like Romeo and Juliet, except everyone lived. But sadly, it turned out that the mufflegumps had speciated and could no longer breed. In this video, we have introduced the concept of a biological species and speciation, then explained the differences between two types of speciation, allopatric and sympatric. We have also given two scenarios for how speciation can occur, one for allopatric speciation and one for sympatric speciation.